Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Right into SBI Ripple Asia's MoneyTap gets investment from 34 banks. Nothing less than 34 banks have invested in SBI Ripple Asia developed cheap remittance solution, MoneyTap. The project came through an Asia consortium spearheaded by SBI Holdings and Ripple Inc. Labs. The banks include Ashikaga Bank, Awa Bank, Ihim Bank, Kita Nippon Bank, Kiraboshi Bank, Gunma Bank, Kayo Bank, San and Godo Bank, Shiga Bank, Shimane Bank, Shimizu Bank, Shinsei Bank, SBI Sumu Shin Bank, Shumunet Bank, and some others. Lately, the three more banks joined the initiative. Man, those are some tongue twisters. They include Michinoku Bank, Sumitomo Mitsui Bank, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust Bank, Yamaguchi Financial Bank, the owner of Yamaguchi Bank, and Momiji Bank, and Kitak Yushu Bank. For now, SBI Holdings, which oversees everything about MoneyTap, says in a report that I will consider accepting investment from the US-based Ripple after it has completed the acceptance of investments from domestic financial institutions. The move, according to SBI, is to strengthen technical cooperation while also promoting initiatives that are related to international remittances. To be able to achieve the anti-money laundering and know your customer strategies, among other things, for MoneyTap, the firm is leveraging the services of an Israel-based firm, Open Legacy, to achieve API connections easily with minimal customization. In 2020, some features of the Ripple-based MoneyTap are expected to be launched. The application is expected to finally go live in 2020 after it had been tested in the past with zero-fee transactions. Once the MoneyTap smartphone app is launched, it will work real-time without any delay. The app aims to reduce the time and cost of transactions for its customers in Japan. The app will have room for a small amount of fund transfer and international money transfer services. Also, it is going to have room for salary prepayment service and a space for QR code payment services. SBI, which is spearheading this initiative, announced a few days back it would be paying its shareholders in XRP. This is not just a progress for SBI, it has the potential of propelling the spread of XRP token in Japan and beyond. Next article, Ripple announces new plan to drive the XRP ecosystem, support development, and the adoption. Ripple's fundraising and development arm, Spring, is revealing new details on its efforts to drive adoption of the crypto asset XRP. Project manager Warren Paul Anderson says Spring is rolling out a new development relations initiative to engage engineers who are building on the XRP ledger across the globe. It's designed to give people a central hub to share content, discover events, and gain support. Today, we're focused on producing the content that makes it easier for developers to access blockchain technology and digital assets through the technical documentation, sample code, tutorials, video demos, and also written posts on our blog and the new forum. New communication tools to help build the ecosystem include a forum and a community page, and Ripple is working to curate content to facilitate developer access to blockchain technology and digital assets. Spring also plans to make its presence felt around the world through meetups, conferences, and hackathons. In December, Ripple's investment arm launched a software development kit, the SDK, to help developers integrate XRP-based payments into their products. Spring has also allocated more than $500 million USD worth of XRP to fund businesses building on crypto and blockchain technology. Next article, XRP just broke above this multi-year trend line. And into the article, we have XRP just broke a significant price hurdle that has been containing its price from advancing further since January of 2018. Now this cryptocurrency could be preparing to make higher highs, which would make every single XRP investor happy. As I've seen in the Twitter feeds today, a lot of people are really tense and stressed out, and some of them even have nodes and are getting a little frustrated with the low price of XRP at this current moment. After reaching an all-time high of $3.30 on January 4th, 2018, XRP entered a massive downtrend. The price of this cryptocurrency plummeted by nearly 95%, and it recently hit a low of 17.6 cents. This price level has not been seen since the week of October 30th, 2017. Since XRP entered a bear market in early 2018, it has not been able to make a higher high. Instead, it continues making a series of lower lows. As a result, XRP became one of the worst performing digital assets of 2019, with a negative year-to-date YTD return as of today of over 20%. Different analysts claim that the steep decline is related to the 1,220 million worth of XRP tokens that Ripple has sold since 2016. Although Brad Garlinghouse, CEO at Ripple, maintains that the substantial sale of XRP is meant to help the company amplify the utility of this token, investors disagree. In fact, a petition with nearly 4,000 supporters is currently active, asking Ripple to stop dumping XRP. On the screen, we're scrolling past a little diagram of the XRP sales by Ripple. Feel free to check back if you're not driving or working. Nevertheless, the price action that this cryptocurrency experienced last week could be the catalyst that pushes it out of the current downtrend. XRP went from trading at a low of 22.6 cents to a high of 26.3 cents. The 16% bullish impulse was significant enough to allow this cryptocurrency to break above the infamous multi-year trend line. This barrier has been serving as a major resistance level for the past 2 years, invalidating any bullish outlook. Now, this price hurdle has been turned into support. XRP could be preparing to make the first higher high since 2018. And we do know a few weeks before we hit the low lows that we were close to 51 cents before it hit the new current lows. In a recent tweet, Trading Shot explained why XRP could be getting ready to explode. The technical analyst argued that the moving average convergence divergence, the MACD, is printing the same sequence that has led to a bull run before, based on the 1-week chart. Now, Trading Shot is waiting for the 50 and 100-week moving averages to form a golden cross. Such a bullish formation could serve as the last piece of confirmation needed for a potential rally. And on the screen, you have another diagram explaining the entire conversation. Although many investors view golden crosses as one of the strongest buy signals that could start a long-term bull market, this technical pattern is far from developing. Therefore, it seems too early to call for a parabolic advance, but there are other technical patterns that anticipate a correction before XRP enters a new bullish trend. XRP has been contained within an ascending parallel channel since December 17, 2019. Since then, every time this cryptocurrency hits the bottom of the channel, it bounces off to the middle or the top. But when it surges to the upper boundary of the channel, it falls back to the middle or to the lower boundary. At the moment, XRP is trading around the middle parallel line of the channel. A further increase in sell orders could take it to test the lower boundary of the pattern once again. Conversely, a spike in demand could push XRP to the upper boundary of the channel. And as they're showing on the screen, another diagram, XRP to USD, the channel of the conversation. Based on the TD sequential indicator, it seems like a retest of the bottom of the ascending parallel channel could come first. This technical index is currently on a green 8 candle on XRP's one-day chart. A sell signal would likely be presented in the following 12 hours in the form of a green 9 candle. Such a bearish formation estimates a 1 to 4 candlestick correction before the continuation of the uptrend. Another chart for the XRP to USD from the previous discussion. If the 200-day moving average continues to hold, XRP could plunge to test the 100-day moving average for support. This is also where the lower boundary of the parallel channel sits. Breaking below the significant level of support would likely trigger a steeper correction down to the 50-day moving average. And we know that the contrarian investors would begin dumping in and purchasing at that point as well. Nonetheless, a spike in volume that allows XRP to close above the 200-day moving average could jeopardize the bearish outlook. Moving above this price barrier could push this cryptocurrency up to the upper boundary of the parallel channel at around 28 cents. The overall sentiment of over 80 billion USD have flooded the cryptocurrency market since January 3rd. The massive inflow of capital allowed most cryptos to post significant gains. XRP, for instance, surged by nearly 42% since then. The entire crypto market has been trending up since the beginning of the year, and investors appear to be overwhelmingly bullish about the future. As a result, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, CFGI, is noticing high levels of greed among market participants over the past few days. The fundamental indicator analyzes the emotions and sentiments in the crypto market from different sources, such as volatility, volume, social media surveys, and market dominance. These values are combined into one simple number. A value of 0 means extreme fear, while a value of 100 represents extreme greed. The CFGI is currently on a 5.9 or a 59 average of greed, which is the highest value it has reached since last year. The last time the index hit such a high value was in November 3rd, 2019, when it was at 56. During that time, XRP dropped nearly 45% from 31.5 cents to 17.6. Based on historical data, greed is perceived as a negative sign and tends to indicate that a selling opportunity is coming soon. Following the recent 40% rally that XRP went through, investors should now be aware that the bearish signs are being presented before going bullish. As Warren Buffett once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." XRP is down 1.02% over the past 24 hours. Going into the final article for this video, Crossing the Blockchain, Adoption Chasm in Payments. To progress from an emerging to a mainstream technology, a technology must prove value, scalability, and economic viability. Based on analysis of survey results in Ripple's Blockchain and Payments Report 2019, the use of blockchain and payments is delivering value to both providers and their customers and is scaling in production. Note, I was a contributor to the report. In addition, it is showing signs of economic viability, that is, network effect and profitability. An indicator of viability is when adoption crosses the chasm between early adopters and early majority. This third proof point is the most challenging because it requires firms to believe a technology is superior to other technologies. In 2018 and 2019, Ripple surveyed people active in payment services worldwide. 676 respondents in 2018 and 1,053 in 2019. The questions in the survey were designed to gauge indicators of value, scalability, and viability. Regarding value, the 2019 survey showed a sharp increase in respondents' payments ambitions and interest in blockchain to realize their ambitions. Not only did the 2019 respondents see greater market opportunities, the vast majority of them, 97%, compared to 83% in 2018, are either implementing or evaluating blockchain technology to capture these opportunities. In terms of scalability, early movers are proving that the technology is working. The growing spurt in blockchain adoption for payments over the past 2 years supports this statement, with 35% of 2019 respondents stating that they are in production. Moreover, there are case examples such as Santander OnePay FX. Customers who were not doing international transfers are now using the service. Customers who were using international transfers are now doing it more. And customers who had gone to use fintech competition have come back because of the OnePay offering, says Cedric Miniger, CEO of OnePay FX, Santander's mobile app powered by RippleNet. To gauge viability, mapping adoption along a bell curve is insightful. The adoption bell curve distinguishes 5 stages of adoption: innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. The pivotal moment in the lifespan of an emerging technology is whether or not its adoption will cross the chasm between early adopters and early majority. That is, adoption moves before or above the 20%. The striking findings in the 2019 report are that 35% of respondents are in production, and 27% say they are nearing production. Of those in production, 68% say they are deployed during the past 2 years. Within the 68%, a second wave of adopters is visible. 23% have made the move during the past year, while 45% moved 2 years ago. There's a diagram on the screen as we scroll past showing the adoption chasm, innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards, and the chasm right at the early adopters. These early adopters are deploying blockchain incrementally, beginning with the strongest use case. For example, in remittances, they typically begin with 1 or 2 corridors in which they have faced challenges such as pre-funding. Based on performance results, they extend to additional corridors and use cases. Early indicators show that the SME payment services are a rising use case. 2020 is a critical year for blockchain and payments adoption if the majority of the 27% of respondents stating that they are nearing production move into production. Adoption will clearly hit the mainstream tipping point. And as you can see with the current information on Ripple, it's basically a full description right there using the same corridors as stated. A lot of exciting things coming this week. Today, China was back active in their markets, and tomorrow the U.S. President, Donald Trump, will be speaking, and a lot of investors are hoping that he will mention something to do with the digital future, digital currency, digital assets, or something to do with a gold-backed currency, as he continues to mention. Something in that area would bring a lot of excitement and hope as far as the investors' expectations of the price movement to begin moving more optimistically and moving more profitable. Time will tell. And again, guys, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Wishing you the best of days. Until the next one.